Welcome back. It's to Mr. Grill on Osrc television. Last week we started on a topic and we did promise that we'll continue on that topic this week, which has to do with fame, divorce, and the rise of single motherhood, where we had an important guest in the house by name Mrs. Bola Depola, a marriage counselor and of course a member of the customary court of Ondo State. We spoke extensively on the issues, what causes divorce, what to look at. We look at divorce and single motherhood. We looked at the fragility of marriage, that is now a modern dilemma. We looked at so many things. We looked at the influence on the daughter's view of marriage. We looked at a silent shift in values, how our values are being eroded. We looked at the traditional aspect of fame, divorce, and single motherhood. We also look at the high rate of single mothers in the society, especially when it comes to fame and all that. So all of that we looked at last week. But today we'll be looking at the effects on the people involved. When we talk about the people involved, we look at the husband, the effect of divorce on the husband. We look at the effect of divorce on the wife. We also look at the effect on divorce, especially where children are involved. You know, how will this decision that two adults who came together don't supply and if you are a job more, before you know it, they are already saying we are divorcing because of irreconcilable differences, some out of adultery, so many reasons given. Some will not even get into the marriage and say, oh, motherhood and all that. So we'll look at the effects on the children and we'll try to see in our little way how solutions can be profiled on the program this morning. I'm glad to meet our guest, the ever radiant, ever beautiful Bola Ayabola.
Good morning, Benny. Good morning, Femi. Good morning, viewers out there. I'm very happy to be here this morning.
I love the very.
Yes, very happy.
Let me welcome you aboard too. Then I can see your face and the smile you wear when he was saying elegant, beautiful, and
You know, like I said last week, I do not wait for someone to tell me I'm beautiful. I tell myself every day. It prepares me that I'm beautiful. In fact, I tell myself I'm a pretty girl. So it prepares me for the day.
Let me take you from there.
All right.
I am beautiful.
Your answer.
When you say you are beautiful, can that not cause divorce? When a woman feels that she's beautiful.
Like it gets into her head?
It gets into her head.
It shouldn't get into her head. Number one, by the time she tells herself she's beautiful, she knows that she's ready to face life. In fact, marriage life is another area, is another chapter of one's life. It's not the end, you know. For some it's the beginning, for some it's the end. So when you tell yourself you are beautiful, you don't need somebody else to, you know, to make up your day before you carry yourself out and you walk elegantly, like he said.
Don't you think, what are the effects of beauty on marriage?
Of beauty on marriage?
Or handsome. You see, some guys, they are handsome. So, and ladies will be after them. So
you know,
what are the
Femi,
effects?
thank you that you are saying that the effect of beauty. Àwọn ọkùnrin ní ìwà lórí beauty wọn ṣe fún obìnrin wọn wo ìwà. Ìwà ni ìgbéyàwó. Your marriage is your character. Both the man and the woman, they must have character. Obìnrin ní ìwà wọ́n kọ́ nílé wa. Unfortunately, in Africa, we build the girl child. We train them. And we leave them for
we
the
neglect the men.
Yes, the non-entity boy. Especially those from the rich home that are not well tutored, that want to come to man, to be a man. You are not a man. When you are not a man in your house, you are not in charge in your house. Even a woman, if you are beautiful one, they call any lady or mokogoshi, or point on loba yati e bota. Man so pe to bi ma do to ma fún ní oògùn tó ẹ kó fún ma fi ilé ọkọ gbé. Oògùn yẹn lè mú ọkọ ẹ. Ọkọ lè mú gbogbo àwọn tó bá wà ńbẹ̀. Because oh niwa olu obi ọkọ gbé. How will you do it?
Okay, what about people? There are some people who believe, oh, niwa, but because of the beauty or the handsomeness, they believe that once we get married, I can begin to correct your character, but we can change each other, you know, and they feel, let's the beauty first of all play the role. It's the attraction first. tó bá jẹ́ tiwa yẹn tá a bá fẹ́ra tán àmọ́ ṣiṣẹ́ lé lórí.
Remi, you know what is called Fawaraja? Have you heard it before?
Ọ̀pọ̀.
Thank God you said I need to cancel it. A man came to me and said, in fact, it was brought by his pastor or something, tried it in the church. Oh, I don't know about why. The pastor came with him. So, and we got talking. In fact, for days, for months, he has not been sleeping. He works somewhere else and in another town, comes home on a monthly basis. So he told me how he met the wife. You know, at work when she was working. So one they're fine. And so I got back to pay don't draw because of the beauty. So he said, so far the back to more communication, yeah. And he did. He won her. But the one we met, according to him, you know, one was already young. That's the first mistake. What in my way, anybody for the engine. If you want to buy a car, fairly used, or even a new one, that you are buying a new car does not mean the engine is good. So you consider everything. As a mechanic, by being a mechanic to test it, test run. Unfortunately, marriage there's no test run. It's for eternity. That's why you have a certificate before you begin. So when you come out bank, when they say so I said, okay, bring your wife. I want to see her. The day she came, I happened to be the one to go and open the gate for her. Yes. Oh, God. But at that point, what is she? To be even fine, to body told you, to body kind of for combat. Was it much and she? For that woman, was she fine? When the man met her, she was a beauty. So, but one day, I just sort of, she mistake from the beginning. And today they're apart. So it's not about the beauty, it's about character. You know, to be money to buy a mora. Come on, she. I need to ọkùnrin náà tí ẹ kú díẹ̀ káàtó. Even when you're looking for, when you talk of infertility and a woman goes for exam, for test and everything, at a point they say, Madam, you're okay. How about your husband? It takes, you were talking before we came on air, when you people started, and she said, Femi, no, so. I said, no, I just saw it takes two. Yeah. Bringing up children, making your marriage work, it takes two. Even Catholic was separated for a while, and the man said, okay, I'm ready. And she said, it's not. It can't work. You have to agree, okay, let's come back together. Let's make this thing work. For the sake of our children, of our life, I will say something. When it comes to intimacy, when it comes to sexuality between a man and a woman, some women say, no, this thing, God created it for a purpose. When a woman allows the man, it's for herself, for your immune system, for your BP, for your memory and everything. Then the man is able to, to detect if there's anything on your body, And the man too. It takes two. Unfortunately, we don't know what marriage is all about. We're just going to it. That's the in thing. In relate, when you go to the when you are doing marriage, it's like a carnival. At times you wonder, we want a drama.
It's for the social media buzz.
Exactly. If they want to
show
buy,
to the world.
they want to do everything, and
spend so much money.
After that day, then the journey begins.
Thank you very much on that note. Let me quickly ask you this question. Today, the young ones that are going to marry, they don't respect age in court. They say age does not matter.
Age is a number.
They say it's a number.
Yeah.
But in Yoruba palace, say that how can you marry your sister as a man? Somebody that is older than you,
okay,
about 3 years. Absolutely, she's your sister. It's
your elder sister. Because it can also be a younger one.
Yeah, it's your elder sister. But don't you think the effect can break the marriage?
The effect, because really we have people now going into marriage where the woman is much more older than the man. And they see it as Olajuko, meaning it doesn't matter. Will it not have a negative effect in their marriage?
You know what I'm saying? These days, not even these days, for a long time, for years, we've been having arranged marriage. There's a purpose. Apart from arranged marriage, you told me this, I'm looking elegant, I'm beautiful. Somebody else can see me and say, Anna. In fact, there was a program I went for, and I gave a testimony, not here in Nigeria, that's some years back. I gave a testimony what God has done for me concerning my daughter and all that. She was able to get scholarship, she's not in the institution, and after the program, somebody came, a young guy came and said, Madam, you are married. I said, yes. Somebody said, she's not only married, she has 3 kids. The way you project yourself as a woman, I don't know, you mean that what you need gray, what you know, but actually, I should be. My mom is road. My mom was struggle with and one bed.
My mom is road.
Yes, my mom is road. Such people. Some men they miss the mother figure. Either the mother died when they gave birth to him, or she was not there.
Yes, absent mothers.
Absent mothers. We have absent fathers. So when you are looking for somebody to marry, you may likely look for somebody who has a mother nature as a man. And even a woman can say, okay, if I'm most cases, I went to a you may not know it. At the end of the day, you may even marry somebody who looks like your mother, who looks like your father. So at times, you just find yourself in there's that thing, there's that instinct in you that you need everybody.
We are talking age.
Yes. I'm still lying. That's why I talk about mother figure, father figure. And I said, what depends on what in mind and make you to go into it. Then I talked about the arranged marriage, which we see how now. Now, it's not even too common here in Nigeria. I live in the Gambia. Gambians, you see, Mama take put t-shirt, and these young boys will go for it. Yes, poverty. you want to relocate, you want to settle outside this country. So they do. But,
Exactly.
but when they get there, what happens? Maybe once they divorce, this divorce we're talking about. Once they divorce and they go and settle that one. And some people make it work. I don't know, maybe the president of France or something like that. That married somebody who's much older than me. Yes. It's working. I had Bonabuni Power. It's still working here.
Even his professor.
Hey, but you know, women, we are one man so play Annie
Not all. Not
so
all.
if you're older than your man, don't you think it will also affect that relationship?
Like I said last week, I said it depends on your mindset when you go into that relationship.
So for you, there's nothing wrong.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, what is the effect of divorce on a woman?
On a man,
On a woman?
yes.
Especially when it comes to emotional, financial, and social factors. How does this affect?
Let me start with the man, Femi. Please allow me.
Okay.
Before a man take about
Ego?
Ben.
Ego?
Yeah. You see, for women, I'll come to women.
Yes.
A man take a sword and a wasika take. In fact, when I see somebody, a woman who is just morose, she's not talking. For example, some people don't know how to cope with someone who is grieving. When somebody is grieving, now grief can be maybe because of death, because of trauma, because of what I've gone through, because of the death of a child, or loss of job, even retirement. When retirement
when you're not properly prepared.
when you're not properly prepared. Now, it's not for me to my prayer. No, I should calm down and allow you to speak your mind. Talking is a therapy. So in the process of talking, you are letting out this thing. Men don't talk. Women talk. Sorry, I'm using you. I won't let you out. Yeah, they can go, gradually, because you are knowing when I listen to a woman, you'll be able to know where to come in. For example, I was on a platform and the girl was saying, I don't know her. But I now chatted with the person who is the admin on that platform. I've chatted with the one who made that complaint. I took it upon myself with the person, the admin on that's a platform. We went looking for the woman. And when we got there, she was like, hey, are you being we won't take medical first focus your life. The children are not doing well. They were not doing well before the husband died. So no, your children. Are you going to marry because bring another woman in immediately? We have effects, negative effects on the children. It can be positive if the woman coming in has an understanding. And the woman too. You may decide, you may take decision. Now, life, your destiny is in your hand. You need at any point in time, at any crossroad, sit down and think. I tell women that if it happens that you want to step out, there's what we call threshold. It be like can I make a change? If I can make him on the father there, am I the cause of the problem? If I'm the cause of the can I stoop low to conquer? Then you come back. And your life is intentional. You intentionally tell yourself, it must work. Now the effect of divorce, instability.
On the woman, are you now onto the woman?
Yes.
But before we go into the woman, let me still ask on the man. What challenges do you think men face in maintaining relationship with their children post-divorce, especially where custody is granted the woman?
How does a man cope?
Yes.
Yes. Now, both man and woman, they must try to make sure that the communication is not closed. Now,
as for people who didn't divorce on the bitter note.
Now, I may be wrong. For me, I like to stand on what I believe and I'm working on, not what people say. Now, people talk about Baba your ex, you want banning, but you can't close that relationship. You can't close it. So, back close it. One very baba one, very young in due time.
Yes.
Now, even if the man does not allow you to see your children, or the woman does not allow you to see your children, why do you be alone? Alone, man. If there's anything, God hears prayers. Those children will grow. Divorce affects children. It can bring death of children. Health will be tell you that you have a sickle as a child and you are separated or divorced. Because maintaining a sickle child is expensive. You get what I'm saying? So, and even a sickle child can bring about divorce. So don't deceive yourself. I love him. He's my territory. Because he totally yawa. Thank
you, Mayu. I want to ask you a question on what you have just said. Peradventure you got married and there's no text before you married.
No what?
No text. And
as in there's no premarital sex.
Okay.
No, yes. And
sexual compatibility.
Yes.
Yes.
And at the end of the day, both of you now discover that you guys are essence. What is your advice?
Now, before
they
you
love each other 100%.
I will get to
and
that.
they don't know
yes.
that they are essence.
Femi, I have examples. I will give an example of a woman who believes she loved that man. The man told her to go and do a test. She did the test and she compromised. She told the person that, please change the result. Don't make it, there should be no S.
Because according to her, she doesn't want
loved
to lose
the man. When they I'm talking of real life story. When they unfortunately the child was an SS. What they come on? I'm betting she test. I'm talking your child is SS. What there's another one. They love each other when they and they have twins. The twins were SS. It's another problem. See, I worked in the hospital before. You need to see them to see these children in pain. Some, because of that, they go on drug. They get addicted to the medication they are being given, and they'll be begging us money. Especially that child, most of them are very intelligent. These children. Most of them I don't want to mention them.
Yes.
There was a child, a boy, on fully intravenous injection, and it was water. Syringe. Oh, this is not the drug. Oh, this is not the drug.
Take effect.
Exactly. Well, by the time it starts going inside, it has a cooling effect. They will relate. Now, if you didn't do a test because you are ignorant, you get what I'm saying? So you will have gone into it, it be more, it be wahala. Getting my test it is she fell. For some, she fell. I know a pastor in Lagos, Pastor Nuzo, first pray, is AS, his wife is AS. And no, he AS. All their children were AA. That is what you learn. That is a miracle. I know somebody who is close to me, but with my mama and the and the first two kids, no, the second and the third, they are they are SS. You can everything about them when you can waste a cardigan. Oh, mama, over those children are still living. They have grandchildren. But it takes you to go, any affair go, it takes you to go an extra mile. It takes you to up your faith in God. At
the initial stage, what is your advice? Do you advise them to go on and start praying, or they should divorce?
Not easy, they come for an advice.
Yes.
Yes. So you, as a counselor, you don't advise, you guide. Are you financially capable? Now, and now, yes, and now immediately get my bomb profession because they are coming to you, they have something in mind
already.
I've seen a situation where a man discovered that so that is my love, but it fell on my. Some fathers know, but they don't even want to go into a test because they love that child.
It's a case of what I don't know does not kill me.
So this one is different. Problem is why.
Okay.
How do you face it? How do you face it? Do you have that? Some people go into marriage suddenly believe that this is my destiny. This is what God says I will go through. God has a plan and they will face it. So when they face it, you face it.
Okay.
That's the truth.
And let's now look at the effects on the woman, especially when we talk about the emotional aspect of it, the financial and the social effects, especially when they end up as single mothers.
Yes.
What's
Single motherhood is not the end of life. In fact, for some people, that is when they begin to thrive. Because they sit down, like I said, at that threshold, wait, how do I do it? Now, having a job is a plus. Okay? Now, somebody came to me for counseling. Go contact him. They need to talk. They need a therapist. Some people are very, very objective in life. What do we do at this point? Let's see. When a man brings his wife for counseling, I say kudos to him, because he wants something good.
Because men don't usually go for
counseling. So you are lady out there, you're about marrying, make sure you get it right. That man may not follow you for counseling. Make sure you get it right. Well, at the end of the day, I don't have time. So when they came for counseling, it was the man that brought the lady. But the woman has a steady job. In fact, she was in the bank. At the moment, at that time, she put her children in one of the best schools in town, and she was footing the bill. That woman will not think twice. That's what my agree. You want to tutor well. My we will have to cool down. Now let me tell you, Femi, if your wife is doing well, somebody told me, a doctor said, what's in the back, and she's earning more. And the father spoke to him. Now, may not guide him right. And he but the father guided him right. The man was telling me that missing that salary. Men have ego, but you have to cool down. You have to be objective. How do we move forward? Like I told you that my own parents, I love their marriage. They are late now. You know, it was some years after what happened. They had a challenge, and they were discussing. I happened to be there. That was when I got to know that when you started life, my father, being a very, very father, said, okay, let's use my own salary to build our home. Then my mother's salary for training of the children and some other things. Even with that, we were able to go abroad conveniently. You get? But it was when there was an itch in paying the mortgage. You know, the interest was accruing. That was when I even got to know. And to the glory of God, God used me as a solution at that time. So there was an agreement. In fact, I have never seen my mother beg my father or I have not seen them quarrel about finances. So it is good to talk from the beginning. Let there be an agreement. It may not go smoothly, but when there is an itch, you can still come back to the table and say, how do we do it?
Thank you. Ní bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀pẹ̀ ìgbéyàwó ká tó ṣe káfí ìbò lọ́rùn bẹ́ẹ̀ ní pẹ̀pẹ̀ ìgbéyàwó àwọn bàbá mi àfẹ́ fọmọ fọkọ wọ́n wá pe ọkọ wọn pé wo ẹlọ́run wò kú tó bá ṣọmọ mi dáadáa máa gbá ọkọ mi padà. Irú ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣe èrò ó lè kó sórí obìnrin kó dà lé tó bá ṣe dé dáa bá padà sọ́dọ̀ bàbá mi.
Iṣẹ́ obìnrin kan kọ́ ló lè kó sí lórí á kó sórí ọkùnrin ọmọ wọn á tẹ̀ àwọn gbé tó bá tẹ̀ lọ́rùn ọgbà wà lẹ́yìn. See, táwọn ọmọ bá lọ sí ìgbéyàwó, especially even before they even marry. Femi, your son is coming to marry my daughter. Even before the marriage, I will make your son to believe the faith and put it in there. Nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ fún ọmọ tiẹ̀, nǹkan fẹ́ fún ọmọ lọ. But wọ́n ti marry, ní sọmọ lọ́wọ́ mọ́. Kò sẹ́ni tí ò ní títí ẹ̀. They have their weakness, they have their strength. Now, if it's your own child, won't be telling you that it's your child that is not behaving well. If it's your child that is not behaving well, for me, I believe that my daughter is marrying somebody. I'll bring that boy. My daughter will get pulled down. She make a man baby more. So, but me, once she's oh my God, I'll give you an example. I have examples. One of the upper of my town, I'm from Malaysia. The Agulejika of that time, when they wanted to marry, when the wife wanted to get married, she was known very well. She was a nursing, she was a nurse. So, on your wedding, church, and more love and there. But ento fair, come appear in church. Yes, go to a show face. I'm a photo. Maybe wanted to prove a point. When I organize, maybe arrange marriage. That would be to the fair. Oh, I know what you should go, but it didn't show. Now, it was a talk of town. Then the Oba said, "Oh, I feel woman to save her face." I'm talking of real life story because the woman happened to be her mother's friend, and the Oba married her. But what they have been, one gompa because who are educated and trained abroad. One Bojoko, one saw it 1 year for.
Yeah. Go borrow right sense.
Exactly. So some people say there shouldn't be third party.
I wanted to ask that question too.
It depends on the third party that you are bringing in. A counselor is in the best place.
But we've also had cases of counselors who would rather hire your husband than help you to save that marriage.
Well,
especially a counselor who has
a
gone
single
through
mother.
Even lawyers. You bring your woman to the court and she's a pretty woman, who will die? So before you take decision, as human being, drop or barrier so you don't lose, you don't lose it. At times you don't know what you have, but you have lost it. So bank papa emi nìkan ni mobile no more she lórí nǹkan tó fẹ́ tó fẹ́ jù lámẹ́. I mean, if you want to be close with her, àwọn aṣọ wa kó wà ẹgbẹ́ àti ìwọ títí I want to end up and afọ tó bí tó náà bá wà rí pé aṣọ she fine. So wọ́n máa ní àgbà kí wọ́n àdọ́jà kó lé ọmọ tuntun kó wọ́. We have some àní àwọn àgbà kan tó máa ń tú orí ṣe tó máa ń tú ayé ṣe. See, when you see the truth, when you hear the truth, you know it. So at that time, you can't even people who are panicking basoro. There are situations that, even God can speak to you. There is a scripture in the Bible that says, deal with your spouse according to knowledge. And you know, she back on, go there, she back, can't go in there, can't be no open charity. She there. When you see that, something must be wrong. Don't be mine, I think won't shake you like sit down and approach him or even approach her. But we have to push it for something is wrong somewhere.
And it's a major problem in marriage. This lack of communication that you just spoke about. Something you can both talk about and resolve. But we have husband and wife living as strangers in home. How do you think that will not lead to divorce? Where the only time you get to talk, some only never phone, nothing chat. I become call notes left around.
That's what we call stonewalling. Have you heard it before? Stonewalling. That way you got to take this away. And one best in you and call with China and color on gas okay. People are not sharing. Now, these things you see it in marriage, you see it in your courtship. Unfortunately, we don't do courtship right. We feel courtship is about you go to the tree and everything. No, courtship is about you discovering yourself. You watching, like I said last week, that you don't do relationship in secret. Now, what you discover at look point, any own sorrow, I want to go look positive. Ọkọ tí mo fẹ́ àyàwó tí mo fẹ́ pẹ̀lú máa ń gbà mọ́ra ọmọdé ní you are sitting on time bomb and in due time to explode. So kí ló ṣe tí o kì í sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló máa ń mú you have to find out. I know of a couple, I read it actually. She's always quiet, I'm a kọ́ra ẹlòmíì tó kọ́ra wọn ò dà bẹ́ẹ̀. Like I said last week too, I said àwọn kòkó wà tẹ́ pé àtúnidá ni wọ́n ó tú ẹ dání. we are the quiet type, but sorrow. I know a woman, so many examples. This woman, she was the only wife. So naturally, the woman sorrow. But one 5 kg. Or only 1 times 2. Yeah, no, she didn't withdraw. Oh, 1 times 2. She told me, I said, what do you about that relation to job? Yes, we have different way of coping in life. So
okay.
Let me finish this question. Okay. The person that can win out is not the talking type. Try and ask question to withdrawn. Only in the situation we are going to molested as a younger person. I know somebody was molested. Okay, came to the church and we said, "What is so? Okay, pastor, what is so? But don't get unbeliever go. Oh, I want jade. Now as a Christian, so I took it upon myself. I went to meet her. Really, when she now told me that the mother cell works, had a beer parlor. So when men come in the evening, they molest her. She couldn't tell the husband. Who is it? Is he a loving man? No, put him more. You know? So there's another one. This woman corner, over the dog, I wrote, on Fed Bobby. You know, it's corner, over to them, and Bobby Shelley. Cotton Shane, do not post into chairs. But what she is sorrow, she told your husband the same story, you won't molest one. But to stop up and ballet. What did you go here? Want to do? And they're really happy.
Like now, what is the effect of divorce on the child?
On the children. Now, let me start that. Number one, before even the divorce, it's in jail. And you don't fight in the presence of your children. When you start that, you are already traumatizing those children. Now, that boy, your son, will learn how to beat a girl. Not even in the house. One jam in the shop, one jam in school, one economic, you are teaching that child violence. You are teaching that child violence. If it's a boy, fine. If it's a woman, you are teaching both of them violence. So in the home, when they start fighting, when husband and wife start fighting, and they cannot settle things amicably, they are already affecting the life, the future of their children. Now, that seed is being sowed into the life of those children, how to react. Their temperament is being changed. I won't take that from you. No, it is even worse when a woman is the one to bring them. I won't take it from you. Okay. Now, that's temperament. Then sickness. I'll come back. They take things in. One is hospital. Our best mathematize on. If you're not careful, they become. There's a system called I've forgotten the name. Affect emotions, you know. And there's something. It's not epilepsy, because I've seen it happen. Okay. It's not epilepsy, but Akon will be affected. Then their health is there. Then education. If you ask teachers, there are some children that they are very good, they are brilliant, they are outspoken. All of a sudden, the trend just changed. And the people will go. And their educational standard is dropping. If you look well, that's a challenge to teachers. When you have children in school, don't change. Ask them.
Those are the effects on child.
Yes.
So, what role does co-parenting play in ensuring that children are not negatively impacted by divorce? We mentioned it earlier, where some will fence the mother out or fence the father out. If they come to that job, well, not divorce, what role do you think co-parenting will play on that child? Despite the fact that they might be traumatized.
Divorce is not the end of life of both man and woman. Do you know people who are divorced, and after the divorce, they are friends, because they were objectively, this thing was never meant to be. They are still friends. That does not mean one bad and one so. After that, it's difficult. Almost war, like people normally say, almost war. So how do you do it for these children to have a good life because do you know, as these children know, as they grow up, now as a Christian, if you are going to make heaven, your husband will know.
Because
yes. If you are going to make heaven, your wife will know. And somebody was told the man, told the wife, that was good sermon by your husband. You went to time then your children.
Then in that language, does he cover the husband to go and correct inside? Why is he exposing the husband?
Exactly.
Because that person was a counselor.
Okay.
You get it? See, there are some things you can cover up. There are some things you put your feet that sir, this thing is wrong. Because correcting in love will save the two of you. And sort of, I was sort of Shoko was one that said it, and I got to know. But the man went back to meet the husband. I did one thing got Sonia, Shanile.
What's in that bedroom?
I bet you that. How many husbands has the wherewithal to carry such a thing? See, that the wife say if you don't preach, even in the church.
Well.
See, if you are giving information now for those who seek for cancer, know who you are talking to. Talk to somebody who you know. Only for us, or just but we still have some human beings that have the characteristic of children of God. And we do it. This man is a cancer, we have met him before. So, at times you pray for changes. Somebody said something that you are in a car with your husband and it's heading towards a ditch. What you do? You don't know. And that God, not even immediately to know about what he person might pray because of more to offer. Many of us know who we are married. So don't wait to the day of trouble before you call up from God. There are some things you can be praying about. There are some things that
okay, let's look at the single motherhood in the society. Do you think society supports them, or they are still stigmatized in the society?
Society does not support single parenting. Single mother. For a single father, they are very gentle on them. In fact, most of the time, they see the woman as the problem. But these days, with enlightenment, social media, I'm not in my parents, they're not even meant to marry. Because what they don't know how to treat women. Their father never treated their mother well. Where some people that their father never treated their mother well, take care of their mother and take care of their wife. But there are some belief system. Some men have this belief system that I know about they believe the woman is just there. The woman is a property. The woman is just meant to be there. She's simply a slave. You should know the kind of man you are getting married. See, when you meet somebody, please do your findings. Not even about the family alone, but about the hometown, their belief system. What a man treats their work, in their family. There is
individual difference in that township of people.
Yes, that I know. That's what I'm saying. That apart from the family, from the town. For example, you're a Christian, we will marry and you collect with that belief system that you can have as many. But my couple, one way or the other, the way the man will live his life. I'm sure money, sure, Oh, you're going to mention one year.
Okay, you are talking about mother. There are some mothers that will see the wife of their son as a running mate. What will a woman do?
Yes, when you marry a woman's boy.
A woman's boy.
Yeah.
What do you do as a woman?
Are you one?
I'm not.
You see now, a woman's born. You see now, because it's a negative thing.
Yes.
It's a negative thing. When you see a woman's work, where no, you can't shake by. When you can't shake wedding, they can be wrong. Mama náà wá pé àríọ̀ pẹ̀lẹ́ ọkọ mi báwo ni ṣé ọkọ ẹ ń sọ fún wa pé báyìí la ṣe ń ṣe ó yẹ kó ti máa bẹ̀ sí máa wọ bàtẹ́ this is not the place. Then there is also wisdom. There is a lady that came to me that she slept wọ́n ti ṣe card so chief bridesmaid ẹ̀ sọ pé òun láàlá kan pé màmá ọkọ ẹ̀ kò fẹ́ kán kò ní fẹ́ kó fẹ́ well and the lady stupidly went to meet the mother-in-law the mommy ṣe àbí ẹ̀fẹ́ kí n fẹ́ ẹni báyìí mama ẹ̀ dẹ́ came out say yes oh tó bẹ́ẹ̀ you know thank God but I told her that she should have used wisdom maybe pray about it take some steps àti bí àwọn obìnrin tẹ́ fún wọn dúró pé màmá ẹ ti ṣe ti ní èmi ló kàn sí ọmọ yìí ti mọ ọmọ ìkọ́ tó mọ ọyàn yìí fún ọdún mẹ́ta èmi ló wà bẹ́ẹ̀ sí everlasting. You get? She will take her stand. Now, a woman, when you are going to marriage, a woman is a pillar in the home. A woman should be able to stand. A woman should be able to save her home. Should be able to save her home. Saving your home is saving your husband, saving your children. A woman should be able to fight for her marriage. Now, when you don't know how to do that, and you are not built, many of us don't build our children. Our grown-up children, we think for them. We do everything for them. We don't teach them how to pray. We don't teach them to face challenges. Nobody will not do someone is not a skater. A woman should, when a woman is totally capacity as it.
Okay, now
to be able to stand with her.
You made an example. How do you survive in a marriage where you are not wanted? The mother-in-law, if you're saying take a stand, and you already see that yeah,
that's what I'm asking.
How bent do you force yourself into that all in the name of love?
You see, I tell people that some things show face before marriage. To délé ọlọ́kì ọkọ̀ ọdún ẹ̀gbọ́n ẹ̀fọ́ ìpínlẹ̀ ọ̀káàbọ̀ ṣàlàfíà ni ìyẹn kò rí lẹ́mìí pé tó fojú kọ ẹ mọ́lẹ̀ yìí. Bí mo bá lókè fẹ́ pọ́ ọmọ ilé olówó ló ti wá jẹ́ pé kò sí searching. Gone are the time we use sign language to talk to our children. These days are more understand. Now when you see that and you tell somebody this is it.
Because we don't teach them, they understand.
They don't understand. Now when you are in and you feel that you cannot take it, don't say openly. In fact, thank God they are doing it openly. They are not fetish. But like I said, the place of prayer is there. The prayer of counseling is there. What? Don't lose your life. Don't lose your life in the process, because there are some things that you know that this is a no-go area. And when you are in it and you have a big like I said when we were closing last week, a lady, our man went to the presence of the worker. Hey, every time you come and was okay. The guy just left and said, unfortunately, he didn't come back. You know, when the lady said she was, no, they come back. When daddy, she's still there. What you want to get and sing? What you want to do around? What if you want to hear? I will come out to play suru. In fact, Iliaye is suru. Ibeyawo suru. Because the Kotiko Yewanga with time.
On that
but don't lose your life. I keep on saying that.
Okay, thank you. On that note, like as a man, you got married to a lady who happens to be a mother's best too. And every responsibility of the house is on that young lady. And you are trying your best to say
it's on the young lady from her parents.
From her parents.
Okay.
And how do you manage that?
What kind of responsibility?
Like,
she's the one taking care of them.
Anything, like wàá fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ okay, ó fún ìyàwó ẹ̀ 100,000 pé lọ ṣe shopping kò ní bẹ́ẹ̀ sílé. Ìgbà tó wá máa délé, nǹkan tó rà ojú bí 20,000. How do you manage such a situation? And you are married.
Don't rush into marriage. Because in the course of your courtship, in the course of your relating with one another, you'll be able to see it. Okay, I know we can share if I like that money, if I should like more, I should like it, I should like it, I should like that. Then you should be able to sit her down if you love her, if you want that relationship. Okay, we got off that. She my man got late. I'm sorry. That is going to be like that. It is time for you to walk away. But when she loves you, and marriage is about compromise. You're able to compromise. Okay, let's do it. Your parents are my parents. So this is what we are good. We have seen ladies, we have seen men that say, "Mommy, please, this is my wife.
This is my home.
This is my home." And they said there should be boundaries in marriage. And you set that into motion before you say I do.
All right, let's go back to the issue of celebrities' fame as it affects their marriages and all that. Now that children are on holidays, you know that they need something to keep them busy. You know, most of them will be exposed to social media, different movies and all that. Are we not sure that these lifestyles of celebrities shapes the future life of these children? Are we safe?
Yeah, Remy, it affects children. And that
Now
is
this time, what should parents do?
Parents should guide their children. See, it is not try to sing it's teaching time saves life. It is not when this thing are out of whatever they call it, out of hand.
Yes.
For example, I don't believe in every room of your house should have a television. Even though these days it's not about television again, it's about your phone. But in those days in fact, one program passage television one day. Television one in the room. Television one in sitting room gone. Now you cannot control your children. You cannot control what they watch. Then when you listen to your children, you'll be able to know a new language from them.
You know, it's almost easier to control what they watch on TV than phone because we have parental guidance.
That's what I'm saying. In those days, it was easy. Do you know, if you want to know a man, some men are very, you can't, mobile. Even mobile, mobile because they guide what they say. In fact, don't mind judge, motivated to be nothing still up. That's what you do, to my pop only or better. So they be most of that. Told them, she told me herself. So some men, they are very slippery. Some women are very slippery. But like I tell you, there's the God factor. Talk about God, you know, something will happen. You can be watching television and you have an instinct. So coming to your question, how can we guide our children? Don't give your children phone early. But in those days too, like when I CD, I had to join video. When I was in school, our mom video was in school. Exchange, even CDs. I remember when we were young, I sleep downstairs. But you need to go an extra mile. Like I said, it takes two upwards. Whatever the woman notices in the children, she will find a good time to tell her husband. And of course, she won't say, no.
Leaving all the responsibility to the
then
woman.
it's not good for a woman to you should, in fact, I do say that in a home there should be vision and mission. This is what we want to achieve. There are when they come out, they when you see something like that, draw close and know what are the things don't set into place that is making their children to come out well.
But we'll have to take a break now. But when we come back, we'll look at solutions to divorce. And victory. Let's go to the other side. We'll come back shortly. Please just stay with us. It's still Mr. Grill.